Support for this episode of the PowerCast comes from Mark Bell's Slingshot. Check out the all-new website at howmuchyabench.net. Bench heavy with no pain with Mark Bell's Slingshot. thepowermagazine.com. Powerlifting apparel for people who lift heavy-ass weight from Apeman and bodybuilding.com. Bodybuilding.com is the world's #1 fitness website and supplement store. Bodybuilding.com also has free fitness plans for every fitness level. Visit bodybuilding.com today to become your best self. Our guests for episode 149 of the PowerCast are Adam and Noah Field, the guys behind Apeman Strong. We get to the bottom of how they turned an economic downturn into a career change opportunity and how Apeman apparel seeped into the collective powerlifting consciousness. Do us a favor and hit the like button, share this episode, and enjoy number 149.
Let's go, motherfuckers. You fucking guys know Mrs. Fields by any chance?
Mark does. Mark knows Mr. Fields?
This is
Yeah, I do, yeah, kind of.
Why'd you bring it up?
I don't know, is the name Adam Fields, right? Fields? Oh.
So if you had an S, you'd have a cookie,
God damn.
cookie franchise.
We'd have a cookie scholarship instead of a goddamn T-shirt.
We thought growing
scholarship.
Our mother made great cookies growing up.
Oh, okay.
But
That's
I
not
think they
too
were
bad.
like the pre-made kind, looking
So-
back.
Oh, she tricked you.
She tricked us, and you couldn't eat the dough because you'd get worms. Remember that old?
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
Worms?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was salmonella.
Who's the evil?
That's probably what it is.
It
from
is
the egg.
salmonella.
That's
from
a
the,
bunch
from
of
the eggs.
shit. I've been eating cookie
the
dough
eggs.
for years, and I look great.
I agree. But you do have a bit of a shitting problem. So
Yeah.
maybe you just have constant salmonella.
Yeah, I might. I mean, I don't know. I've been eating cookie dough since I can remember. I still buy cookie dough just to eat it by itself. No intention of cooking.
Some
it
company
ever.
did that. I think it was on Shark Tank, and it obviously blew up because it's the best idea ever. They only sell.
Start telling it like in a tub you can buy it.
I love
now.
that.
Just,
Yeah,
like spooning it
I'm
out.
kind of bougie with my cookie dough too. I buy like
Yeah,
a
it's
certain
good stuff.
kind. I don't even know what the brand is, but it comes
Is
in like
it-
a plastic thing.
Yeah, is it made to eat as cookie dough?
No,
Oh,
by no means.
Never mind that.
By no means is it made for that, but it has these big ass chocolate chips that are good, like chocolate chunks
Oh yeah.
instead of like chips. It's
Instead of
chunks.
chips. Yeah.
Oh, like
Hey, now.
like chocolate chunk, Ben & Jerry's.
What are you guys into? Cookies, donuts, pizza, all of the above?
If you say
Oh, yeah,
muffins or
man.
cake, you're out of here.
That's all of it. We have that shirt that's like burritos and pizza and burgers and everything on there because we just eat whatever.
Yeah. What goes on where you guys live? You guys are from Arizona?
Phoenix,
Right? You
yeah,
guys are
Arizona.
living
Burritos, yeah. There has to be
Burritos, tacos.
And
We're
grab
big
your
taco
mic. I'm
guys.
just gonna go
What do you
up.
want me to do here?
And then
Just
open
the-
your mouth.
There you go, right there.
There we go.
Yeah, you're fine right there.
I had to touch your
There we
thing
go.
for
I'm
you.
not used to like.
choking up on it.
I'm not used to it being this big either.
Well, yeah, we're big taco guys because where our building is just all around. There's like Mexican food and taco shops and burritos.
I'm
and
into
things
it.
Like that.
I'm
So
into it.
That's our thing.
There's a lot of hot bitches out there, is what I noticed in Arizona. Like when Mike and I have like a layover there when we're traveling, there's hot chicks there.
I wouldn't even notice.
What?
I was looking at the
Hey,
dudes.
I'm going with
Hey,
Mike
now.
there, right? I'm not going with that.
Yeah. Well, my wife doesn't listen to the podcast, so.
I agree.
But the one time that she does, will be
They-
good.
Yeah,
they're
why
all,
is that?
They're all blonde though.
Is it Playboy? I think always it's like ASU and
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Arizona.
Well, that's where
Is that
both
real?
of them. I
Is
think
that real?
both of them reach the top 5 like all the time for hottest chicks.
Is that real? They really
ASU
go there, or is that's not a ploy? That's for real. That's legitimate.
I don't know. I'm down.
I graduated ASU. There's like 70,000 students there,
Yeah.
so you get
Okay, so let's do some math. 70,000 students, 40,000 chicks,
right.
Probably.
and then what percent are hot? 35,000.
It's pretty high
I
percentage.
was there
don't
like
know.
20 years ago, so
Oh.
I wouldn't know now.
I'm going.
Chicks weren't hot back in the day.
no.
You don't sneak on campus now and like take a survey.
Our life consists of like driving to our building, working all day alone together, lifting, and then going, back home. So
Let's
not
talk
out
a little
a
bit
lot.
about powerlifting. We're here today with the Apeman Strong guys. They're brothers. They started a company together, Apeman Strong. They have T-shirts and hats and all kinds of different stuff. How did you guys get started in powerlifting? And why are you guys here today at Super Training?
I don't know why we're here today.
No, why did you guys get started with some heavy ass lifting?
Well, we do you want the whole story all the way back to the beginning where I kind of
No,
like
well,
back to you.
how far
when
you
you're
want me to go here?
When I was
When I was little,
my brother punched
and
me in
Rocky
the
came
stomach.
out.
Yeah, give us
Yeah,
the
like-
history. You guys watching some fucking WWE back in the day or some shit?
I
What happened?
loved growing up Rocky movies,
There you go.
and I just wanted to be like Rocky. I remember, well, back then you got albums. The music came on a big album.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that means.
Right? You don't like
Like a record.
Vinyl, right? A record.
Yes.
And it had, you could open it up and it had pictures all in there, and they were full size, not like a CD.
Right.
And I remember I got the Rocky 4. Yeah, no, the Rocky 3. I'm sorry, the Rocky 3 album, and it had like Sylvester Stallone, and it had Apollo Creed and Clubber Lang, and all these guys were jacked, and I'm like, I want to lift weights. So from that moment, I was just obsessed with like, I'm going to be big like these guys. And
The
lift
music
weights.
hit, and then the montage started.
Oh, the training montages. I love.
Did you guys start lifting together right away when you guys were young?
No, so I begged my dad to take me to the gym for probably 2 or 3 years, and finally, when you were 14 at the gym he went to, which is a gym called Beauvais in Phoenix, you could go. You had to be 14. So he started taking me in the summers when I was 14 to the gym, and I loved it. But this guy had no interest at all.
Who's
in
older?
weightlifting. I'm older, 4 years. 4 years different. So started lifting then, lifted all the way through high school. You know, never looked like Arnold or like Rocky, but super into it. Went all the way through college lifting weights, and he's still like right towards the tail end of my college. He was graduating high school. He finally got into weightlifting with me, and we'd go to the gym over by our old house where we grew up, and we'd lift at night. And man, we just loved it. We loved to lift weights together. And then
Did you guys start juicing right away? Start shooting each other up like in the basement?
we've never run any gear at all in our lives.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, we were all like moral about. Like, I didn't realize that's
What
what your
kind of
brother's
brotherly
movie.
powerlifting story is this?
Yeah, that's why we never look like those guys. But yeah, we didn't know. Like, I was like, we'd buy supplements and things, you know,
Right.
aminos or whatever. But I thought, man, this is like, it's illegal to do. I thought.
Right, right.
I was morally just, straight
But
and narrow.
you were in the right zone for pro hormones and shit like that.
I never did that either
Yeah.
because I like missed. Yeah, I didn't do. But yeah, for sure. Or like test boost or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah, but back then they didn't have that stuff. At the
Right away, were you intrigued by actual powerlifting, or
No.
was it just training?
It was
period?
like bodybuilding. We would watch. Well, I remember when the Pumping Iron 25th anniversary finally came out on DVD, and I
Yeah.
bought it. And I probably was by like 25 by that point, and watching like every day again, and getting all back into like wanting to look like Arnold. Like, we started out as weightlifting, bodybuilding was really powerlifting. I didn't know anything about. And you got to remember, growing up in our generation, there was no internet. There was no way to find out about. There was no YouTube. There was nothing like
You
that.
make
It
us
was
sound
just
really
all-
old when you said there was no internet. There was no computers.
You didn't have a
Smoke
computer.
signals.
I didn't have a cell phone.
No.
So
There's nothing.
you just knew what you knew from the gym or what was like on TV.
It's kind of interesting that bodybuilding ever became popular, even amongst people trying to participate and even trying to do it, because bodybuilding is so hard. Seeing photos of Arnold and seeing photos of some of these people, it's so crazy that we kind of, or even, seeing a superhero that's
Right.
all jacked or whatever.
Right.
It's crazy to think now, like knowing what we know now, that we're even enticed by that, even excited about it, because that is so hard to fucking achieve. It takes so many years to pile up and be able to do some of that. Gaining strength takes a week, 2
Yeah.
weeks. You can
You're
get,
chasing.
yeah.
You're chasing a goal that you're never gonna.
You can do 3
Get
sets
to.
of 10 1 week on
Right.
curls, and then the next week go in and maybe the first week you did 15 pounds, and next week you're doing 20 pounds. Like you're, right away, black and white, you see that you made some progress rather
Yeah.
than like trying to look in the mirror and see abs, which could
it
take
takes forever.
for fucking decades.
Yeah.
And maybe never even.
So like CrossFit and powerlifting are popular now
Right.
because more people realize it. But we needed the internet.
Yeah, we didn't have it.
You guys
we
were
didn't have
fucked.
any. It was all like,
What about magazines? There's got to be something good.
yeah,
in there.
you would buy like Muscle and Fitness, though. There was no Power
Yeah.
magazine. You know what I mean? So everything was bodybuilding back then. Graduated college, got in commercial real estate, started building that business. He was printing shirts at that point. He started the t-shirt business after high school, but we were doing he was doing shirts for like businesses and landscaping companies and just, regular type apparel for companies. I built this big real estate. What happened to me is I built this commercial real estate company that was fairly large. We were like in 5 states, had all these employees. And then 2008 hit and the market crashed. And I basically almost lost everything.
Shit.
You come to a point where you can't make the rent on the buildings. You can't make your payroll. The market's not getting better. And it was like a free fall.
Then all of a sudden, your
emotionally.
brother who's just printing shirts, grinding it out every day, that job looks pretty
Yes,
good, right?
That's what started to happen. So I'm closing offices.
Like,
I'm
that might have a little more
stressing
stability
out,
at this point.
Right? I'm stressing out. Just a really low time. And I just started going out in the middle of the night because I had all this anxiety, and I was like running like streets like miles and miles and miles. I got into all this like running at night.
Forrest
just
Gump
like,
style.
Exactly like Forrest Gump. I did all these ultra marathons, which is over 26 miles. Didn't solve any problems, right?
Didn't help the gains either.
Didn't help. I was so skinny. Didn't help the gains at all. But I was like, I was just obsessed because, you know, you build in your life, you build up a company and it becomes your identity. Like, I am this real estate company and I got all these employees, and you lose it all and you're just like, and I'm like at that point, like early 30s, mid 30s. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
It must have been a weird hit from a mental standpoint, being in the community. People knowing that you're kind of the real estate guy. Oh yeah, you go to him. Like, that's what you do. Like, you know, we have a guy in our area that's like that. I'm sure kind of each town has a guy or two or three girls or something like that too, that kind of dominate the area, that really hustle hard in the area. So then when that kind of falls apart, you're like, hey, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, it must be
feel
weird,
like
right?
your ego takes a huge shot. Right. You don't know. Yeah, you just feel low about yourself. So I start going down and printing shirts with him just to, like, he's paying me to help him like $10 an hour, but we need it, right? Hey. Meanwhile, he's been doing this for like 15 years.
Wasn't that bad.
He's been doing this for like 15 years, and he's like burnt out on shirt printing for all these other companies because you're just back there all day by yourself printing shirts. Yeah. So I would come down there every afternoon, even if I wasn't printing with him, because I was still doing real estate part-time and I was working at a bank trying to make money. I had like 3 jobs. And we would start lifting weights in the afternoon. I got back into weightlifting because the running wasn't doing it for me. And I actually went into kidney failure after a run and was in the ICU, and I like messed myself up because I was running too far. Yeah.
Dehydration or something?
Yeah, rhabdo.
We know a guy that just did that to himself.
Oh. I didn't know it. I was like 50 miles into this race.
Geo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just got out of the hospital.
I was like 50 miles into this race, and my kidneys started shutting down, and I'm like, it feels like you have the chills, like you have the flu, but I wanted to finish, so I ran the whole thing.
Rhabdo is like a built up, a broken down protein or something.
Yeah, broken down cells or something.
Your kidneys can't keep up or something. I'm saying it a little bit wrong, but
so severe, your kidneys can't keep up, and they shut down on you.
Yeah, it's muscle fiber breakdown.
It's like life threatening. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I couldn't run.
Did you have any signs of it before?
Well, no, like that during that run I did, but I kept going because, like an idiot. Well, I mean, not an idiot. You want the belt buckle they give you at the end. You want to finish the race and not drop out. You just push through.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that, I start going down, and we're lifting every day because we built a gym in part of the building where his T-shirt shop is. And, man, all that, like, kind of like your speech you gave at Barbell about how you struggled in school and weightlifting gave you that confidence back. It was like all this anger and rage and frustration with my life at that time, and my spot financially and my loss of like my business was just like coming out. And it was like through like deadlift. It was like that big lift, deadlift, squat, not so much bench, really the deadlift and the squat more than the bench.
The bench is stupid.
Laying down.
Bench is like probably one of my better lifts between the 3. But yeah, I mean, I was just like, that's where the lift anger came from. So at that same time, him and I are starting to talk about doing a brand. At that point, because when I went through that, some of my business partners like had nervous breakdowns and they like quit on me, and I'm just like, men aren't men anymore. They don't have that fight or that will to push through things in their lives, and they just kind of. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
In my community,
or even just to fix things.
Yeah, like you got to push through.
Whether it's a physical, mechanical thing or just something breaks, period, in your life, people have a hard time fixing it. They focus on all the problems that they have, and they let shit snowball on top of them, and they're not just. You should be kind of deflecting and picking off these problems as they come at you, and kind of just being able to handle them all at the same time. Who gives a fuck, right? You should be able to do it.
Yeah, you got to do it. You have to.
Right.
So we're talking about this every day, and I'm like, man, we need to do. It was more like a lifestyle brand idea at that point. Like, we need to like bring back masculinity to men, and like our grandfather was, and like you push through this shit in your life, and you don't let it stop you. And we're lifting weights every day, and he has all the good ideas, to be honest with you. He's like, man, we should do a line for powerlifting because that's what we like to do. And we're just like garage lifters. We're not elite lifters. We're not competing, but it's more an emotional thing or like a therapy for us at that point, or for me at least. So he goes, we should do a powerlifting line for powerlifters. There's no one in that community that's giving them their own line, basically, like a line that powerlifters relate to and feel like these guys are about us. So we came up with, we had all these names on the board, come up with Apeman Strong. I'm like, dude, we got to do like lift angry. That's like my thing.
Right.
You know? And it's not like lift like a ton of weight. It's more the emotional release of like getting behind that deadlift bar.
And it's not being an asshole either. It's more like internal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you're
not
angry.
like that guy Smokey that just has to like get all fired up for 135 pounds or something.
That's the biggest misconception with the lift anger is like, oh, like you're in the gym like just a dick and like yelling at people. And that's not it at all. It's like taking what's happened to you in your life and kind of harnessing it in for a second before you get to that bar and then just like releasing that hell on that bar.
Kind of like our friend Matt
out.
Vincent says he hates himself. He doesn't really hate himself. It's just a way to get himself fired up.
Right.
You know, a way to get himself internally fired up about what he's going to do.
So, you know, like people will get a lot of like, we lift happy over here. That's great, man. I'm glad you do like, you know, Disneyland life for you. Congratulations. But like not everyone's like that. So we put out the Lift Angry shirt with the logo. And we sent out to a couple of powerlifters, and it started to take off. And then the second shirt I did was powered by Rage, you know. And then he came up with like the design on the back, and we sent that out to some people. And at this point, we had like this is like only a year and a half ago. We have like an Instagram with like 100 people on there, and people just started like following us and wanting the shirts. He used to get so mad at me because we didn't know how to run the apparel business at all.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not missing a sale. I would just put on the website, like, they're all available, like, unlimited
All the
quantities. And I'd come in and be like, dude, we got to print, like, 6 Lift Angry shirts. We have a manual press, which means it doesn't print one at a time. You got to set the whole thing up, and, like, you're supposed to run, like, 200 shirts at a time when you do it. He'd be like, damn it. Like, we almost got in fist fights twice. One time we didn't talk for a week. Like I was like had orders backing up and I'm driving around town like trying to find a printer to do them for me. Like it was like I was a little high strung because of my situation I was coming out of, and he's really kicked back, and over time it balanced out. So we started like doing the powerlifting thing. We started the first powerlifter that we sponsored was Luigi Fagiani. I don't know if you guys know who that is, and he was awesome because he right away, you know, took us kind of, even though he's way younger than us, took us under his wing powerlifting wise and said, this is, you know, I will send your shirts out to people. I will help promote you. This is how sponsorships work right now. And it got us a start in like sponsoring powerlifters. And then what really kind of put us on our path to what our brand became about, which was both men and women, not just masculinity, but more like internal strength, was I started getting like messages and emails from all different people. Some of them are minor, you know, what you would consider a minor problem. Like I broke up with my girlfriend, I'm mad, and I boy, your brand really speaks to me because I go to the gym and I get it all out. And then what really set us off, we got an email one day from a woman, and her whole thing was about I was sexually abused by my father my whole life. And
Jesus.
Yeah. And he also like was abusive to my mother, and I grew up with this, and no therapies helped me in my life, but I found powerlifting and I found your brand, and that lifting angry really means something to me, and thank you so much. And so like I sent out a bunch of shirts right away, but that is really then where our brand started going in this direction of everyone to me that's in powerlifting. I shouldn't say everyone, but there's always a story behind why they're in there trying to lift all that heavy weight, and where that motivation or where that push comes in their life to be in there doing that. And a lot of time it's just therapy. You get out your frustrations or whatever, and then you go live like a happy life the rest of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, you know, that you're the reason why you're doing it is for multiple reasons. Yeah, you want to be stronger. Yes, it's like part of a culture and things like that, but you're lifting to kind of fill in some gaps, and you're lifting to just better yourself, period, to make yourself feel better. And I think that gets lost in the shuffle a lot of times because we get so excited about trying to get a PR that we sometimes forget, shit, you need to really work for those PRs. You need to relax. Like lifting angry is awesome, but you need to relax a little bit and build up some strength, and that's going to take some time.
Right.
And then you can kind of release whatever the fuck you want at a certain time.
certain
when it's time to kind of turn it on, it's kind of time to test something.
Right.
And if you're not kicking ass, you're not going to have as much fun. So if you just kind of like let loose and go fucking crazy every time, that may be a way for some people to have a release and to have some fun. But you're going to have more fun if you're making more progress. And that's what we try to teach here all the time is like, don't get so overly excited that you just blow yourself out all the time. I just went kind of crazy today, but it's been, I haven't gone that fired up since I competed, 3 months ago. So every once in a while you got to kind of unleash it and let it go. But for the most part, you're always trying to build, and you're trying to make yourself feel better. You're trying to build yourself up. It's not not just building up your body. You're building up your mind as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot. I mean, like you're saying, every workout is a ton of like form work, light weights, warming up, getting your form straight. It's just like there's so much that goes into powerlifting once you get into the sport and try to get good at the lifts. You can't just like muscle things up or anger things up all the time. It's not going to work.
Now, everybody kind of thinks, especially years ago, maybe some people have slowed down a tiny bit, but see so many apparel companies popping up left and right over the years, and it's not easy. People will just think, I'm just going to make my own shit. And I've had my business I've had Super Training since 2010. I've had the Slingshot. It's going on like about 6 years. I've had Power Magazine for a few years, and every time we've gone into apparel, we've been met with a ton of resistance, and the people that we have dealt with have never been great in terms of being able to make a product that's affordable for us, that we can make affordable to people, and then keeping the inventory intact. The stuff that I sell is 100% different than apparel. The two things are totally different businesses. So I think that sometimes people think that's an easy thing. You probably deal with more of the logistics of the behind the scenes stuff. How do you guys kind of manage like inventory, especially with this idiot running around all excited? Angry. Hey, got a Lift Angry shirt.
Well, no, it's just us, and people don't realize that it's just me and him. We do all the printing, all the shipping. Right. We do all of it. So, it's tough.
When you got, you guys are brothers, so you said that you've gotten into it before. What has that done to the business? Like, did you guys ever have like a real falling out where?
No, like most of the time we're packing shirts and whatnot, and we look at each other and we're like, "This is crazy, man. This is awesome."
Right. Okay.
We're loving.
So every once in a while, somebody might get pissed. And just like normal.
Yeah, we're both lifting and high testosterone, and we're both, we know what not to say to one another.
Now, it took a few months.
You guys, this is a very brotherly thing to do, or even sometimes amongst friends that are really close. You guys throw little cheap shots at each other here and there.
Oh yeah,
those little kind of under the breath, like turning away type of cheap shots.
No, not really under the breath.
Well, because you're really comfortable with each other, so it's a little easier. You're thinking he fumbled something, and he's thinking about something that you messed up, and it's
we
like,
both screw up so much now. It's just like, shit, I screwed that one up.
Yeah, it's like, man, if you didn't fuck up that design, and then you go on to say something, but sometimes they're kidding around, and sometimes it's a real dig where you're like, motherfucker.
That's how it started, but then we both made so many mistakes along the way. It calmed down.
So
but
if you guys ever had to have like a meeting, like, hey, you know what, we can't go down this road because we get too negative, or
for us, growing up, I'm 4 years older than him, and our parents divorced. I was like 11, and so he was gonna have to go to after school daycare, and I told my mom, I'll come home from school and I'll watch him. So from that point on, like, we developed a real, like, we went through that whole time together. With
so
our
you nursed him.
Divorce. I nursed him like a baby. Mm-hmm. And it built like this bond, like he's my best friend. So,
That's really cool. I don't know. It's just cool.
To do this business with him, and I know him. Like, we've gotten in fights our whole lives. So we got in one bad fight. But again, I'm coming from a place at this point where I got I have all my bills due, and I have no groceries in the house, and I got 2 kids, and I got like $18 in my account. And I'm like, let's start this t-shirt business now.
Right.
So I was stressed to start. I was high strung, and he was like kicked back because he'd been doing it forever. So that one major fight where, like, for a week we kind of didn't talk, and I'm like driving around town trying to find a printer. He went in the shop and he printed the shirts, and then he texted me like 4 days later. He's like, the shirts are ready. And then I was like, all right, and that's just, we haven't really had a fight since like that.
You guys get frustrated with the drastic difference between the personalities. I mean, he's all hyped up over here like he had 2,000 grams of caffeine, and you're very mellow.
Coffee you
you're very mellow.
No, but he'll come in and he'll be like, dude, you're being a dick today. And then he kind of knows, like,
not to say something or vice versa.
Right.
So,
That's cool.
so we know.
a good read on each
I
other.
gotta be the hype, man. He's just been like that, quiet. He's artistic though, and so he has all the good ideas.
You know how to draw and stuff like that, graphic
Well,
design.
I was printing shirts for 15 years in a warehouse by myself.
Shit.
So he's insane, too.
I think a lot. So I got a lot of great ideas. But
You have imaginary friends?
yes.
A couple of them, yeah.
What got you
The
into
printer has a name and he talks to it all the time.
What got you to even to printing shirts? Was it like Mark said? Were you into design? Were you into fashion?
No,
or was it just kind of
I
necessity?
always liked
High fashion.
I always liked goofy shirts, and I like doing artwork and whatnot. So
Was there any
was-
companies or anything that you're really into or inspired you or anything, or just kind of general
No.
differentness?
no, I just bought a press. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bad idea, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just bought it.
just balls out. I'm
He
gonna buy
just
this
goes,
right
I'm
now.
gonna start printing shirts, and I was like, what the heck? And then he did it. But yeah, we don't. And for us, like we
Do
don't
you have
follow.
a lot of overhead to begin with, or is just mainly the cost of the press and then
No, yeah,
cost of just buying some shirts?
I was working construction, living with my parents, so I had money saved up, and I just went
Right.
out and bought the
There you
press.
go.
And we started out with a little manual.
And just the
And then
idea was like, this is a lot better than doing fucking construction.
Yeah, for
Pretty
sure.
much, right? Yeah. That's cool.
I mean, and I was basically just making enough money so I could go to Vegas with my friends for the weekends. You know,
Right.
I never took it serious,
right.
and I'm still kind of that way. I have great ideas and stuff that I do, but it's my brother. You know, he's the one that goes and he's like, "All right, he's pushing it."
Right.
So like
right.
I wasn't even fully done with our logo when we first sold our first shirt. You know,
Right.
He's like, "We're selling these."
He's like, it's not done. But he been working on it for like 6 months, and I'm like, dude, it's done, man. I don't care what's on it at this point. We're doing it.
That's great.
And then we just threw it out there.
That's like with a video or a film or a book or anything like that. If you're the person creating it, you're never done.
Oh yeah, 'cause he
And
does
somebody
all
has
our
to step in
videos.
and tell you, no, dude, you're done. This is it. You're done. Just
And that's
let
what
go
we're
of it.
like. We're doing the videos now, and I get lost in it. Like I'm like, dude, it's not done. He's like, dude, we got to put that video out.
Really,
So-
it's YouTube. You're not appearing at 10.
exactly.
Okay, you know it'll be
When
fine.
my brother put together Bigger, Stronger, Faster, you know, he took it to some groups where they would judge it. And so that's way different, you know, like if you ask a bunch of people, hey, what do you think of this shirt? Then they're going to put their opinion to it. And, you know, you either please like one or you please 1,000. You know, it's hard to really get input, like genuine input,
Right.
because you're kind of like looking for specific input and you're not going to make too many changes to it anyway. So you're 100% right. You just, at some point, you have to just go with it. My brother kept getting all this feedback and I was like, dude, this is your fucking movie. What are
Right.
you doing? Why the fuck would you ever listen to any of these fucking losers? They don't know shit about steroids. They know shit about our fucking family. They don't know shit about making movies. Fuck all these people.
Right.
You show them what you want to show them. You tell them what's fucking
Yeah.
cool, and that's it. Fucking end it.
Part of what people are paying for is like the way you think, your aesthetic, all that stuff. That's what they're paying for by a large part.
Yeah. And as we've gone along, we've met a lot of powerlifters now at shows, you know, in the community, and we sponsor them, and then we get those emails and texts all the time. So we've tried to stay true as a brand to what they're telling us and what powerlifting is. And really, it's not about us. This is totally not our thing. He's nervous to be on here. I'm nervous. We want to like promote the sport and our lifters we sponsor, and that's really what we've stayed true to. And I think that's why, you know, people support us in the community, because it's their brand more than it's ours at this point to us.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, powerlifting, you know, there's been people over the years have kind of always have said like, oh, there's not any money in it or whatever. But like, I think that's a weird thing to say, first of all, because that shouldn't be the number one concern. Like, obviously, any business that you do have to figure out how does it make money?
Right.
How do we monetize this fucking thing so that we can continue to do it for a long time and continue to grow? But I like what you guys are talking about, and even the first couple times talking to you on the phone, you're like, no, we're just staying in our own lane, man. We're not concerned about like making stuff for this or making stuff for that. We're pretty much just a powerlifting company, and I think that's smart.
Well, if you're going to cross over, you're going to cross over, regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
If
yeah,
we were
eventually
going
people,
to,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to cross over to other kinds of like general fitness or
Well, your shirt doesn't say
CrossFit or whatever.
powerlifting on it
Yeah.
anyway.
no, it
Right.
doesn't.
So
So
anyone, a weightlifter could wear it
Yeah.
and enjoy it, or there's not even really a barbell on it. So
right. Anyone
yeah.
can wear it. So it's I mean, I have neighbors that want the shirts and they don't really work out and things
Yeah.
like that. We would probably, whenever we post something on one of our social media sites, it's like a bodybuilding thing, or we hear it. Like people would be like, that guy's not a powerlifter. That's not, like the community
Yeah.
doesn't like it. So
No.
it would have to be something where we would step totally I don't know, outside of weightlifting, but maybe into strongman or maybe into something like arm wrestling or
Olympic
something
lifting.
that's like still like a fringe sport.
I see what you're saying. It's kind of your step into that sport rather than just people randomly wearing it. It's like you're showing an affiliation with, strongman or whatever it may be.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, people, we hear it. And so we've decided we're a powerlifting company. And getting back to like what you said about the money, you can't start a career or a business based on the money, but you shouldn't. I saw this video by this. It was.
I think if you're somebody who has already made money in other business practices, that it's totally 100% fine to say like open a restaurant with the intention of A, making good food, and B, making lots of fucking money.
Right now you're like an entrepreneur.
Yeah, you're a true entrepreneur because now you've proven that you can make money one way, and you're dumping some of that money into something else, making money some other way.
Right. So there's this guy Alan Watts, like philosopher type guy from the 70s. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I know the name.
You've seen that video. There's this video out there like what if money was no object? It's like the title of it on YouTube, and he goes into a thing like you can't start a life based on trying to make money because you're going to end up doing a job you don't like every single day to keep living that life every single day where you don't like what you're doing just to keep paying bills and you don't like it. So go find something you like to do, and you're going to find other people that like that too, and the money will eventually be there.
Yeah, that's like the same thing as everyone thinking success means you have a lot of money in a big house, right? Well, what is success? Well, success is hopefully that you're doing what the hell you want to do every single day.
Yeah. Because if you're unhappy,
and then you're also not going against your own beliefs because that is a huge problem. If you were brought up in a good family and you have certain values and then you're not abiding by those values, you're really fighting against yourself every fucking day.
Yeah.
And that's going to make at some point for a person that's either going to be broken or miserable in some other way.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Have you guys ever competed in a powerlifting meet?
No, that's what I got
Son
into
of
it.
a bitch.
I know, right? Because we're about the brand and like the lifters. So I got into it because I'm like, I'm going to compete, right? That's just my mentality.
He wanted a belt.
I
he was
wanted
looking
the big,
for
like Rocky belt.
Oh, like a championship.
Yeah,
belt.
like I'm a
He
champion.
likes that stuff.
What do they do that? Like WPO or something?
It was like NASA.
Why don't you guys make one?
That's what I'm going to have to do at this
You
point.
guys make an 8-man championship fucking belt.
That'd be pretty sick.
So I go to this NASA meet.
Dude,
which
I'll
is-
enter that contest.
Yeah, I will too. I want to win a belt or like a sword.
We'll do it. Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Let's do
Mark
it.
has a sword.
I went
World's
to
worst
a
gym.
teenage like national meet where they gave out swords.
I know. I just said you had a
I'm
sword.
like, why are they giving swords to teenagers? What's going on here?
We need like a
sword
big
am I?
8-man head belt
Game of Thrones or what?
with the Rocky. I need the red, white, and blue on it. You know,
Oh,
like
that's
the Rocky
so
belt.
weird and so cheap looking, right?
That'd be dope though.
But amazing.
I'll compete.
Yeah, which Rocky was the real inspiration? 3 or 4?
3.
Yeah,
3.
I mean Rocky 4.
I was
everyone's
scared
seen
to
him.
death of Mr. T because I was like, I don't know what year that came out, but
Mr. T is one of the better villains in the history of film.
man, he was
He's
awesome.
fucking great. He's
Everything
awesome.
he was angry. Everything was angry.
Yeah, he's fucking great. He's right up there with goddamn Darth Vader.
And then
Darth Vader is the best bad guy of all time.
Yeah, so 3.
The Joker in Dark Knight.
The
Joker's pretty
Joker
good.
is fucking.
He's pretty
good.
good.
He's no joke.
Yeah.
The Joker.
Changed villains forever because
pretty good.
After him, villains don't have to have a real purpose.
Yeah, he's pretty goddamn
film.
good.
Never saw it.
You never saw Dark Knight?
No. I'm not a
no.
superhero type guy.
Oh,
You guys into movies or books or what are you guys into other than making shirts?
That's it. Like we literally just eat and lift weights together and print shirts all day. And it's now because it's only the two of us doing everything. It's like nighttime we're texting about it. I'm trying to post stuff on social media. It's like there's not a lot of social life outside of that.
I think you
Right.
guys
At all.
are the only people that we know that are doing it all yourselves. Because we know, I mean, obviously we know some people who do apparel, but I don't think there's anybody else who's doing everything themselves.
Yeah, so it's all it keeps there's this sport, there's not a ton of money for the athletes.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that do it, it's not like a wealthy person sport necessarily. They're guys like us that grew up like we did, kind of blue collar. So we try to keep the prices down low, like we could afford shirts and they,
Yeah.
You're thinking about what you would pay for it.
Yeah, and I go, there's no reason, so doing it ourselves, and that was part of our thing too, like let's work as hard as we can.
So you just upcharged me because I have money. The shirt's not actually
$50?
$75.
No.
It's unfair.
But we just go, how hard can we work and how big can we grow with just the two of us? That was kind of one of our motivations, and we've just stuck to that still. But it's getting to the point where our father comes down and helps us print.
That's
He's
cool.
retired,
That's
so he's
great.
down there like,
That's
probably
cool.
3-4 days a week and hangs out and pulls.
You guys have anybody else that just helps, a buddy or anybody come over and just randomly help here and there?
No, they'll come over and just stand there and talk to us while we work, and like just stand, and we're like pulling shirts and running to the dryer, and they're like in our way, and they're just like, don't care.
They'll just be annoying.
Yeah, they just like, well, they're not in powerlifting, so to them we're just like a couple of wackos printing these 8-man shirts that no one even knows who we are,
Yeah.
because we're their buddies from like high school or
Yeah,
college.
All the
and-
shirts, once somebody orders them, you print them right then? Or
No,
you
so
guys run off a
now, because we got in fights over that, we print a big run, and then I'll enter in the exact inventory on our website, and then I'll post on social. Okay, this is restocked, and then when as they're ordering, obviously the inventory is coming down. So our
Right.
inventory on our website is normally 100% accurate. We'll grab like a medium shirt instead of a large. So now the mediums, we don't realize it later until someone goes to order and it's not in stock anymore. But all those things are opportunities to contact the person back and go, oh, sorry, we're out of stock on that. Let us send you it for free when it comes in. Or what about a different shirt? Same thing when we send someone the wrong shirt. I'll be like, you can keep that design. I'll send you another one for free.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And then, it's just an opportunity to let people know like we care
It's an
about what
opportunity
you're
to
doing.
interact with your customer. Yeah, we've
Absolutely.
had many situations like that before.
So-
You said the first goal was to make like a lifestyle brand. Is that still kind of where it's going? Because you did shirts, but then you guys got hats, you got bags, you got...
Yeah, I don't think it just went in this, like I said, we want to be true to powerlifting now and the people that support us. And so the lifestyle brand's out the window. More the push is instead of just like I said, it's not really to us about are you competing, how much weight you lift. We're more about that everyday lifter that has something bad happen in their life or has a confidence issue and they're in the gym or in their garage building that confidence, kind of a therapy for them. And that's how I see the lifestyle brand of what we do. But like as far as like a lifestyle, just selling it to anyone, like we get contact all the time from gyms. Can we sell your apparel? And we don't want to do that. We want to control our apparel in-house. I don't want it out there everywhere.
You guys don't have any vendors?
No vendors. We don't do any.
You ship worldwide?
We ship worldwide.
Oh, there you go. You don't really need a vendor then.
Yeah, we do it all from our warehouse ourselves. And then we don't give like our lifters discount codes and things because I just think like I don't want them out pushing that. I want them to lift and focus on what they want to do.
We don't like that either. I think that there's so many people doing that all the time that it just gets to be a little weird at a certain point.
Yeah,
and I
they're
think
just
people
constantly pushing it.
Yeah, and people recognize that person's getting a little kickback from it, and
Right.
for some reason it makes it awkward.
Yeah, so we've
don't know
never
why.
done that, and
Yeah.
I don't think there's no reason to. Like, we'll sell the shirts, we'll promote you and try to grow. And that's the other thing about the lifters we're trying to pick now. I don't want someone that's like trying to be famous all the time. I want you to be dedicated to the sport,
Right.
be strong, be serious about it, and we'll do the promotion of you. We'll come out and film maybe a YouTube for you. We'll put you on our Instagram all the time, and you just stick to your lifting and living your life or whatever else you do outside of that. And that's important to us too. Social media is tough now. I didn't grow up with it, and there's a lot of just crazy things all the
a lot
time
of
on
stuff
social
all the
media. I try
time.
to tell them, just stay out of it.
Right,
like
right.
people are going to comment on your depth or
Oh,
comment
yeah,
on
yeah,
your
people-
background, and you're going
yeah.
to break your spine. And it's like,
Yeah, we've been very lucky that our gym has always done a good job of not getting involved in the bullshit of the internet. People sometimes make really crazy comments about products, or they'll make crazy comments about someone lifting. I would say what's weird about it all is the things about the lifting are the worst.
yeah,
Somebody says, "Oh, you got shit products." It's like, well, I've had so many people buy products that's not a fact, so it doesn't. I don't
right,
care.
you don't care.
But when someone says you squat high, and you're like, first of all, it's training,
Right.
for one, and
Right.
two, it's not a high squat, motherfucker. Like, we've been doing this for a long time, and if Mike or somebody else is cutting corners, don't think for a second that we didn't already have that conversation with them.
Right.
Hey, how'd it look? You squatted high.
Well, just
Yeah.
as many videos as we have training, we have just as many videos as competition with white lights.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what happens on the platform is what. Well, Ed Cohn talked about that here at your gym. What happens on the platform is what matters, not a gym lift. But I agree. It's like, dude, that guy, whoever that guy is, if it's a PR and it's a little bit high, I mean, the guy put 600 pounds on his back for the first time and walked it out and tried to squat it and put it on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, tell the guy, hey man, nice job, or
Yeah.
nice,
You know what I'm saying?
Why get on there
That
and
just
it
shows-
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, this shows that guy's mindset.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
just being
it's-
a dick.
It's the difference between what that person can do and what they're seeing on the screen.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
so they get angry and
right.
they got to lash
you
out.
didn't really do it fully or
Yeah,
whatever.
I got to take them down a peg. The one that actually blows me away the most out of everything is when I have meat footage up and people will look at the kilo plates and say, oh, that's only 25 pounds. It's like, no,
People
it's
add it
not.
on.
Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, this is a meat.
It's a competition.
Like, if I say that there's a particular amount of weight on the bar in the description of the video or in the title, that's how much is on the bar.
Right.
Like, are you so cynical about the world that you think that like they're going to hold a meet with 100 and some people and we're going to lie about it?
Yeah, but they are. So, like, I agree with you. I tell my guys, don't get involved in that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you're above that. You're like an elite lifter. You're sponsored. You're going to bring out more of them.
Oh, it's the worst when you see it from the major players.
Also,
You're like,
I was gonna say,
why are they doing that?
That's
What the fuck?
That's the issue, right? I mean, everything's from the top down, you know.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
start to get some guys that are, whether they're world record holders or just very legitimate lifters, you know, and they're talking shit somewhere or they're saying something negative somewhere. Like, why? Like, there's so much negativity in the sport. Like you said, there's no money in the fucking sport. You know, like, people don't pay attention to it.
We
Like,
don't have a problem with negativity. It's everywhere. So just everybody should just relax and be more positive.
So if we want this shit to grow, like,
That's
might
exactly
as
right.
well make it as much positivity as we can.
And that's the thing with all the different brands that are in here with us or companies like you. It's like, yeah, I want to beat other clothing brands, but more important than that right now in this sport is like coming together and not fighting and growing it together. Like, how can we grow it?
Right.
Make it more mainstream or viewable mainstream where people are interested in watching it. And that's really what we talk about all the time. Like, how can we help the sport grow?
If you look at the different streams that there are in the availability of people's social media.
Right.
You look at everyone's social media is so different, and each person has kind of their own fans. You know, me and Mike have some similar fans, and the podcast and Jim and stuff like that. But there's still always room for other people to have products or do things and make money.
Right. It's kind of like
know?
wrestling.
Yeah.
Right? The Rock and Stone Cold are there. They're
Right.
both badasses,
Right.
but there's people that love Stone Cold and there's people that love The Rock. It doesn't make one better than the other.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And if wrestling grows, both of them grow.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
they're fucking rivals.
Like there's a lot of brands in the space that you can in some ways say they're similar in some ways, right? But they're not similar at all to the people that buy it. The people that
Exactly.
are bought into 8Man are way different than people that are bought in some of the other brands out there.
Right.
And they're not going to really care to. They're probably going to spend money on both if they like
That's
both.
the other thing.
That's the thing.
They're not going to save their money and just be like, I'm just waiting for the next 8Man to come out when something new came out that they really like.
Especially with clothes. You know,
I
and
talked to
style,
someone was talking about that. Yeah, you could buy a super training shirt. You're still going to buy an 8-man shirt. You might buy a barbell brigade shirt.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
not
it
the end of the
happens all the
world.
time.
It's
It's
not.
not.
Even like shit, man. Even cars, right? Like, yeah, I'm sure there's analytics. You're more likely to buy a Chevy if you're a Chevy guy or whatever. But like, not everyone's only owned a Honda their entire life.
Right. You kinda
Like that's just not how
switch
humans
around.
work.
Hell, I bought an American car for the first time in my life this year.
Yeah. And, you know, I've been sponsored by Reebok for a little while, and you know, I have had Nike over the years. I've had Under Armour over the years. I've had Reebok over the years, and it never affected me one way or the other, whether I had money or didn't have money in terms of, you know, me like purchase. If I liked something, then I just bought it.
Right.
I didn't, you know, the logo is cool. The brand is cool. Yeah, that's cool logo, or the old school pumps back in the day, and some of the different things you get like tied to Jordans or whatever it was at the time. You get tied up in the marketing of the product, and you get tied up if something looks cool. But it's not going to prevent you from, you know, spend a little bit of money here and spend a little bit of money there. You know?
Not at all.
Yeah, it's odd. That's just how people's minds work, though.
Yeah.
And I think everybody thinks it's like a fight, though.
It's
like
not.
a fight to the top. And
You
it's
can
like,
still want to beat the guy, but together be like, we got to grow the sport.
Right.
And then we, you know, as the water rises, all the boats come up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
So we talk about that, but it's hard to get other people on board.
Yeah.
Or other companies, they say like, yeah, great. And then it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw like at Arnold this year, there was a few different clothing brands that were on the banner. And I kind of looked at it and I was like, well, that one's different. You know, and that one's, I'm like, they're way different from each other.
Right.
They're just way different. Like, you know, the companies are so different that people aren't going to, they're going to spread their money around if they like the product. That's going to be the end of it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's kind of like you said about marketing, like having your guys have a code or not. Like if they're wearing the shirt in the deadlift, someone watching that video is either going to like the shirt or they're not going to like the shirt.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
And
what are
they
you going
come
to do
my
about it?
page and they look at what.
Yeah, your focus has to be on making good shit.
You're going to be a
Right.
car
That's
salesman and sell them a shirt? Like, you can't sell anything.
That's what I said that to Steven about sponsoring this podcast. I go, just because we sponsor the podcast, if we have terrible product and we have a terrible message, it's not going to matter.
Right.
You could sponsor everything in the world and people are going to come to your website and go like, this stuff's awful. I'm not buying this shit.
Yeah. And you see
So
that
it's on
sometimes.
me to keep a good product out there and to keep our message out there. We got a message yesterday. I got a message yesterday on Instagram where the guy's like, I just want to tell you, every time I see a guy in the gym in an 8-man shirt, I know what that guy's about, and I go talk to him. We become friends.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm like, that's great. I mean, that's what we want.
Yeah.
It's like people to feel like there's a community there.
What's up, bro? Right?
Right.
What's up, bro?
How about
Other
your bench?
guys that have
Yeah.
the same kind of mentality
Yeah,
about,
bench.
Right.
how they lift.
It's different than a guy wearing Lululemon.
So I was like, man, I get those messages, and I'm like, I can't even believe like I get that message.
Yeah,
Because
so-
we're just two dudes printing shirts all day, and you don't know what's going on out there.
Yeah,
Right.
like you said, you are a little bit off the grid. Like you don't even have a personal Instagram
No,
account or
I know.
anything. You've been to the LA Fit Expo. Have you
Couple
been
times.
to any of the others?
No.
Yeah, because like stuff like that, like it's cool. You need to like that's where we go and see like what happens here.
Yeah,
like
you guys always have a booth.
yeah,
Well,
but-
you'll meet the fans, which
yeah,
is
we're,
great.
we're talking on a microphone in a closet for a year, and then we go to the Arnold, and then these people that are listening to it show up, and you're like, oh fuck, this is kind of
You're
cool.
not supposed to tell them about the closet.
I have a picture of you in the closet.
I thought we were not.
That's
we weren't gonna talk about the closet.
Podcast started in a closet smaller than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
It was
It was
comfy.
a gay, dark closet.
Yeah.
It was
cold.
It was dark. There was no light. Not even a single light bulb.
Yeah, so we stand on the radar, like you're saying.
Yeah.
We go to the Fit Expo because we had lifters lifting there, and we wanted to support them and
Yeah.
film them and pass out some shirts to
And it's
other
cool.
lifters in powerlifting.
LA Fit Expo is pretty cool.
It's big.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about doing some type of booth at maybe that one because it's close to us, maybe the Arnold because it's so big.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to do it or not.
It's worth it. You know, when you
It's
look
fun.
at it, from a financial standpoint, you'll go, whoa. You know, because some of those can cost some money. You know, even we're going to be at the CrossFit Games this year, and the CrossFit Games is the most expensive one that you can be a part of.
Right.
The Olympia is also pretty expensive. So you know, even with the position that we're in, we look at it and we're like, oh my god. But it's not really about the dollars and cents. I mean, it does come down to that to some point, but it's about meeting the people that are buying your stuff. That's
Yeah.
really what it's about, and having some interaction with them. You know, like I think Sunday at the San Jose Fit Expo, we sold some product, but we just mainly met so many people that were taking pictures with us, kind of hanging out.
Yeah, and you're thanking them for supporting you. And that's
getting
important.
autographs, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a fuck about the sales? This is so much more fun than worrying about the dollars and cents, really. you know?
Right. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
And that'll all
focus on
turn
that.
into money anyway.
Yeah, it's the same idea as powerlifting growing and then 8-man growing, right?
Right.
Like if these people don't follow us, then this podcast is a real waste of fucking 3 years. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we talk about all the time too. People that say they don't want likes or want views or like, yeah, you do. You put in all this fucking effort because you
Yeah,
want to
you
get your
want-
message across. Like
yeah.
we're trying to help a cause. We're
We
trying
did-
to
yeah.
get people fired up. Man.
We didn't do this because we didn't have anything to say. Not that we've ever said anything, but
yeah, nothing relevant.
No, I mean, that's what's so. I mean, thank you guys for having us out here because to us, it's such a validation of just like kind of the journey we went on to even come here and meet you guys. I used to listen.
I saw you guys pull up in the limousine, by the way.
Yeah, right.
I saw you
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, why did you guys go in the back door? Was that your request? The limo knows where the front door is. I think that was a
He told us
personal
I'm supposed to go
request.
to the back door or something like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't-
It
I
was
didn't
smoky.
know.
Back door entrance.
We'll
They
just-
know.
We didn't know what was going on.
No, I saw you guys when you pulled up, and when you got out, it was cool to see your faces.
Yeah, it was.
'Cause I didn't know who was back there exactly. I know that you guys were coming, but I wasn't exactly sure, and I was kind of sure, and then I saw you guys kind of freeze. And I was
Yeah.
like, "That's them."
I was like, holy
and you
crap,
guys
like, we're
just
here.
stopped, and you just both kind of took it in. You're looking at each other. You're looking inside. You're like,
That's
This is
weird.
fucking it, man. This is what we talk about all the time. This is what we see videos of. This
Right.
is what we see the podcast of.
Exactly.
That was really cool for me to see that. For
It's
me to see
true.
that firsthand was kind of neat.
I mean, I'd sit in my car and just listen to your podcast, whatever lift you had on there, and try
One
to get
hand
like,
on the phone and one hand.
No, I was like trying to get like training advice,
Oh, okay.
tips, and like.
we try to avoid giving that kind of stuff.
This is before we were ever 8-man. This is just me for myself to go.
You told me this at the Fit Expo in LA
Couple
last
years
year.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, I was blown away at the time.
Yeah, it was like, it was it. I list this only podcast I download on my phone still to this day. I don't listen to any other podcast.
No reason to, bro.
Right. I'm not even a podcast guy, but it was like all this free advice on training and something that I was really interested in.
Yeah.
And to be here and after that whole journey of like losing the last company almost and then building this one with my brother, and it's like, man, it's cool. It's been a really cool day to even come out here. So thank you.
Well, it's been great to have you as a sponsor. I don't mind being transparent and sharing with people, the deal or whatever, but like we've been working hard for a long time to try to get sponsors, and sometimes people are like, man, they can't make sense of the dollar amount, but the dollar amount that's associated to how many people that we have, the amount of interaction that we end up getting with people. We have a huge audience, and the amount of downloads we have per month or per year and stuff like that is huge, and we have a huge following, and it's great to have somebody that you guys recognize that right away. There was no like back and forth, like, hey, let's it was just easy. It was just it was an easy deal, and it's the first deal that we made with anybody, especially without having like a former affiliation with. I did some stuff with Rogue, I did some stuff with bodybuilding.com, but like I've known them forever.
Right.
And you guys hopped in, and I really appreciate it, and it's fucking awesome. It's great to have that kind of merger.
It's been great. And you got to look at it from a business. I go, not only does it help our brand because you're saying it every podcast, I'm like, it's going to allow us to get better lifters on our team, better guys to sponsor, because now they're like, these guys are on the podcast. It's going to get me more recognition as a lifter with 8-Man. So it's a complete, from a business standpoint, it makes sense in a lot of ways for us. I never even look at the dollars and cents. It's just like, emotionally makes sense to me to do it, and that's just kind of how we.
But the real mission was you guys wanted to get closer to Silent Mike.
I mean, Silent Mike.
They tried to get me to take my shirt off.
Yeah, well,
Did they?
if you're gonna put a crop top on, you got to take
He
your
put
shirt
on
off.
a crop top, and we're going to kill the
How
brand.
much for an 8-man tramp stamp would you pay this guy? He'll do anything for.
We
a
had
show.
someone do an 8-man tattoo for the first
Really?
time this
really?
month.
That's pretty good.
The glutes.
I'll put it on my glute.
Do it, man.
I don't have any tattoos.
How
yet.
much does a glute cost? Like one glute?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna name any names, but Smokey said $100,000
$100,000
for a tattoo. But to give some oral sex to a male is oh no, this is opposite.
No, yeah, you're
$500,000 for a tattoo.
A tattoo of what?
He didn't specify.
Oh,
$100,000 to give oral sex to a male.
wait a second. I don't.
Right.
Who's getting paid what?
This is Smokey.
That's just backwards logic.
Yeah, he just got called out.
There should be no price
For the oral sex.
The wrong direction there.
Yeah, the oral sex should be free.
Yeah, I agree.
right.
Poor Smokey.
Wow. This podcast.
That's
is going
the
nowhere
guy that
fast.
brought us in, though.
I know.
He called me. He goes, I'm starting to, Power Magazine was how we came in. I'm starting to do the advertising space for Power Magazine.
How ugly did he sound on the phone?
Well, he
He
was
sounded gross, I bet.
He did the total car salesman. I call him car salesman now when he calls
That's
because
awesome.
he was like, I want you first. You're the first company I'm calling. Like we really want you. He says we a lot. Like you even know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I buy in because I want to think like
I'm like, who? Who the fuck are you talking to?
Smokey.
8-man kind of strong. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man, I'm in. Yeah. And then I tell him, hey, man, they really want us. And of course he's like, can I get fired up? He's like, okay, sure. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
he's like,
man.
what? He's like, whatever, dude.
Dude, Mark wants us in that magazine. I'm telling you right now. So
Hey, you know what? I bought a scraper, so we can scrape off that piece of shit Stan Efforting out there and put you guys up.
we need to be on the wall.
That's what he said. He said after I come
When
through the
you
doors,
see-
he's like, it's gonna be me and my brother up on that wall instead of
great.
Stan.
Let's start it out.
Strength is
man.
never a weakness with you guys both just standing there flexing.
Just back
We're
spotting us
about
on the
the same
monolith.
size as Stan.
It would get a great reaction. You know,
Right.
people would react to it.
It's like
He
Steve
did.
Say,
O's
who in the fuck are those guys?
just hanging out.
every time someone would walk through the doors, they just see you guys standing there. They'd be like,
That's
who
what
in
I
the
said.
fuck is that?
I go, we're gonna get out of a limo, and everyone in the gym is gonna be disappointed. Like, who the hell are these two guys? Because we never go. I mean, we never post anything of ourselves. We're about the lifters. So yeah, let's
You're
put us on the wall,
anonymous.
man. Let's go.
You're anonymous. So like when you guys do start to have a booth at one of the shows and
Yeah.
somebody comes up and be like, man, I tried to order from you guys and like I had a problem and this didn't come for 2 weeks. And be like, man, the owners are fucking dicks, man.
We've
Like,
done that. I'll get like
They're
the
just paying
email.
us to be in the booth, man. I don't know much about it. But
I'm just
I would
customer
fucking-
service.
yeah.
Don't blame me.
We'll get the emails, and they'll be like, you fucked up my order, and then I'll be like, all right, let me check what's going on in shipping. Meanwhile, I'm shipping. I'm like, let me check. Well, I screwed it up. Yeah, I screwed
That's
it.
great. Isn't it funny how angry people get sometimes? I mean,
Yeah.
it's understandable that they're paying for a product, and for whatever reason, something sometimes happens. Something slips through the cracks, and don't get exactly what they want, or whatever the hell happened. Right? Shirt has a rip in it, or something. All kinds of
Right.
things happen. doesn't matter what business you have or how big you are, some bullshit's going to happen. But it's amazing how pissed people get, how quickly it like escalates for them. They get really fired up, but then it's amazing how quick they come back down. You're like,
once
you're like, okay, sorry about that. We'll send you another one for free. And they're like, oh my God, you send them a hat or something along with it. Or something like that, and then they're like a lifer. Then they tell everybody all the time, like, it's fucking.
That's one of those essential lessons of customer service, because an angry customer could be a loyal customer if you just treat them right
forever.
Yeah, but how bad is that everybody knows that rule and still companies don't do it?
Because people are stupid.
Yeah, it's so bad
It's so easy to do.
Yeah,
just be nice. You don't even have to give away free shit. If you're nice, it's cool, man.
This is where he's the calm one, because I'll be like, look at this guy yelling at us, and he'll be like, the guy really wants his stuff. He's excited about the brand, and I'm like, all right, I guess so. So then I calms me down.
That's a good point. Yeah,
you got to think that way.
What do you guys have planned next? You guys have anything coming up that you're working on? I mean, working on some new designs or new whatever?
Always trying to work on new designs. One of the things we just started doing is our YouTube channel. We've tried to bring on a couple of our different lifters.
blah, blah, blah. What is it?
It's 8Man Strong. It's like YouTube/C, which means company, I guess, /8Man Strong is how they do it now.
Interesting.
Okay. Fancy.
That's new. Some of us are so OG that our YouTube channels don't make very much.
Yeah, so we were able to get that. I had to you had to request it, and then they told me 2 weeks later, like, you get it. I'm not good with that stuff either, to be honest. But we've started to do little mini documentaries on there, like these raw videos. We went out and bought we spent all our money 1 month on a camera. It was like $5 or $6 grand on a camera, and everyone's like, "What are you two doing?" Because we don't know what we're doing. We want to make documentaries on these lifters because
at least you admit it.
I go, we don't know what the hell we're doing. We'll figure it out like we did with the shirts. I go, people need to know who these lifters are, what's motivating them, their kind of little bit of life story, to want to root for them. I think that's important in growing the sport. You've done that better than anybody.
Best part of the Olympics, the little stories in between every fucking thing. You're fucking crying like, oh, this guy lost his dog. His dog died. Now he's running 400 meters.
Exactly.
In the industry, those are called a package.
So we're starting
packages.
to
big packages.
We're starting to do that more because also I go, we're big on it. Like, we have a big Instagram following, for us at least. We think it's big, and I'm like, how long are people going to want to watch people squat and deadlift on Instagram for?
These profiles can really swing people's opinion of somebody. Like, somebody may have a preconceived notion of how Chris Duffin acts all the time, and they'll see him lift like a maniac, and some people will be attracted to that, and they'll say, that's fucking awesome, that's really cool, and some people will be like, what an asshole.
Right.
Can't believe he acts like that. Then they hear him talking about, his life, and they hear him talking about his goals and different things, and they hear him talking about those things, and then they actually love the guy. They're like, oh shit, I was kind of wrong, this guy's really cool, and then they're a little bit more attached to him. That's some stuff that we try to do here all the time, was trying to make people aware of who the fuck some of the people are that are lifting with us. Not just the bigger people that we bring in. We're working on also doing some stuff with some of the lifters that people are just starting to see and pop up in the random training videos as well.
It's important. And if someone's sitting out there that doesn't even powerlift right now, sees a video about a guy that, we did one on Luigi, and his mother had died, and it kind of put him in a tailspin. Then it made him get in the gym, and he's really started lifting heavy. Maybe someone else out there that's depressed and their mom has died, they see that and they're like, maybe I should go to the gym instead of starting to drink or do drugs or self-destructive behavior.
We gave up on death in this gym.
We're
done.
We're
fucking done with it. Yeah,
no more?
Yeah, too many people died. We put a fucking moratorium on it. Stopped it.
You have that one thing about fuck your elbow, like we're all gonna die. Like the more you face that reality, the more you start living immediately and getting the stuff done you want to do in your life. And you got to face that reality, but. That's our thing. We're going to do these raw videos on these different lifters as much as we can and just grow the sport that way, because if you can relate to the lifters doing it and they make sense as to why they're lifting, or you have an emotional attachment to them, you're going to maybe want to watch the sport, go to a competition they're at. And I just think we have to do that as a sport.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting, crazy motherfuckers involved
there's a lot
in the sport. So
that's one of the things. I mean, we do everyone's all this testosterone going, everyone's high strung, so we have
everyone's roid raging.
We learned how to work with some of our athletes, because you do butt heads, now and again, because we're high strung too, and we're
everyone's kind of amped up, and everyone wants to try to make the most out of what they're doing too,
right? And it's a short career. They know they only have so many years of lifting before, so
who's stronger? putting you guys on
We're
blast.
really not very strong.
Well, just
It
stronger.
depends on the lift. So, like, I'm stronger bencher by a lot because he has a bad shoulder. He like can't,
If
once
only
he
had
gets
a
up to a certain
slingshot.
weight, right? We do have the slingshot. We had to buy it, but we have one.
You can blame Smokey for that.
Like, we just squatted the other day, kind of heavy, and he beat me by like 20 pounds on squat, and then deadlift. I don't know what we're gonna deadlift probably next week. Like, we're gonna because we're always running our own like programs. We use different.
What's going to happen is we're going to deadlift here tomorrow.
Let's do it, man.
We're going to have a battle for the company.
The brother battle for the belt.
for
the
100% of 8-man.
For the 8-man
I
belt.
mean, anytime we come and train with anyone elite or
Well,
have
the other
trainers
guy,
in
the
our
loser,
gym,
can get 1%. We'll do it. Work it out that way.
we take advantage because you have tips like on your
Yeah.
form, on
Yeah.
your training. I mean, we take advantage of that all the time. But deadlift, he still got me on that too. What we did one day is we were gonna do a competition by ourselves in the gym. Me and him, we had gone through like a 12-week program, and we're max out this week. We're gonna do a competition. So
I'm going to do a shout out right now to our boy Bryce Lewis, who started an online powerlifting event. Have you heard about it before?
No.
Maybe you guys could enter.
Yeah. No, I think it's a cool idea, and I think that the future of the sport could end up seeing more people participate in something like this, because rather than just doing a random heavy lift in a gym, you can just put that random heavy lift towards a contest. When is it? I'm not sure exactly when the meet ends. Maybe July.
I don't know. But it's $10 and you just film yourself.
Yeah, check out Bryce Lewis. He's on Instagram.
Like,
He
so
also
that's
has
it.
So it's the
And then you put your lift
CrossFit
into the
Open.
light.
And then him and his coaching staff judge it.
okay,
Yeah.
He's
that's
got
a great
three-
idea.
Yeah.
he's got
So
three
like that,
people-
you can go battle your brother. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so
he
rather
should have killed me, but he set his openers too high and he
Yeah.
missed them, and I was like,
Yeah,
strategy.
see?
I win.
Strategy.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I just think it's a cool idea, and I think people trying something a little different with the sport is important.
Yeah.
Mike and I have talked about it before. The only way for somebody like Mike to compete with somebody like George Lehman is possibly Mike.
He's a bad example.
Yeah, he's a terrible example. Yeah, for the only way for Mike to compete with maybe like I don't
Bryce
know.
Lewis.
Whatever. Yeah.
Bryce Lewis is to deadlift 405 for reps or something.
Okay.
Like you get a certain amount of weight that both guys can easily
Right.
handle. But maybe Bryce Lewis, because he's short and he's fat, maybe he fucking peters out faster than Mike does or whatever,
And
right?
then, yeah, you have like a rep off.
You know I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
you, Bryce. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Start
When we
shoving
first got
that.
in the sport, went to an event, it was confusing as hell because there was single ply, multiply,
Yeah.
there was wraps, there was sleeves, there was all these age categories. Like everyone was winning
Yeah.
trophies.
It's
and I
all
was like,
bullshit. That's why we need a belt. That's why we need
I
an
need the
8-man belt.
and we we talk
we
about it
pass
all
it
the time.
around.
How can you make it easier to understand for like an average person? We don't want to change the sport. We're not coming in here to like change the
8-man
sport.
championship
We're gonna
belt.
do it.
Well, I
man.
think me and Mark need to announce more events.
that's what
That'll
make it
We've had
understandable.
that idea too.
And-
We need
Yeah.
like color commentator,
And
like
then-
a Joe Rogan and
Yeah.
like
The
Mike
IPF
Goldberg.
Yeah, the IPF does okay in terms of like that you have to qualify with this total, and then you can go to nationals, and then if you win nationals, then you go to worlds. It's kind
Right.
of like the Olympics or every other fucking sport in the world. The issue is that some federations, we have like 20 federations.
That's the thing. It's stratified like
Yeah.
boxing at this point.
It's
Instead
worse.
of
It's
like
worse.
UFC type.
Yeah, it's
setup.
worse. Yeah, right. You know who the champion is. There's only a couple weight classes.
Right.
Or
and you can still
weightlifting.
have small like Bellators and things going on, but
Yeah.
there should
Yeah.
be one.
And there's not.
This is the
There's not
guy
even
and-
close.
I
IPF,
know.
but then it's drug tested.
Rocky belt. We need a Rocky belt.
That's what I'm
Let's
saying,
just work
man.
on that. Let's
Yeah,
just
I kind of
doing it.
agree.
I'm
I'll
in.
take one. I don't even
just
care if I
right.
had to win it. I'll just have it in my room.
We need like a competition, the best of the best,
Yeah.
and this is, I don't know.
Yeah, we could do it.
Well, let's
There
do
it is.
man.
There
Well,
it
I have
is.
a new
Oh,
idea.
there it is. Oh my God.
Hey, what if it's me and
my
Mark?
God.
What if it's me and Mark on each side?
It has pictures.
Oh, if I could wear that belt around all day, I would.
I say we do it.
It's a Hollywood collectible.
It's got Clubber Lang and Rocky on the
And
belt.
Rocky
I've
on
never
the
seen
belt.
that. How much is that thing? I need that.
That's ridiculous.
I'll wear that thing to every show we go to going forward. I'll be at every powerlifting meet with my Rocky belt.
Of course, when I click it, it's going to take
not
half an
Picture
hour
of
to
you and
show
your
it.
brother on there.
We just passed it back and forth
There
after
we go.
competitions.
That's
and
not
I
that
knew
bad.
one.
$400. Put your vote.
$400.
Put it in right now. That's
Oh
not
my
that bad.
God.
It's framed.
That's all we make in a month right there. No, I need your money to buy that.
That's not that bad.
Buy our shirt so we can buy this belt.
Right, I need that Rocky belt. That thing is awesome.
We need a Kickstarter just to buy the goddamn
No, but
belt.
I was going to do a competition just to get a belt.
Yeah.
That's how it all started. I'm like, I'm going to compete. I'm telling everyone in our gym, I'm going to compete. I'm going to be the back then I didn't realize I was like, I'm gonna be the state champ. I was looking at like state records
Yeah.
or something. I'm gonna be the state bench press.
Yeah. Well, that's how you start. And then the
I was,
deeper you
like,
get
so
into it,
pumped.
yeah, it's ridiculous. The
Then
deeper
I
you get into
like
it.
got into it, and I'm like,
You're like state champ. There's
holy
got to be a belt for that.
right. And then I get into
I'm gonna
it, and I
win the
go,
goddamn strap.
I'm weak, man. There's some strong dudes in the world.
That's
like
stupid.
this league I was looking at, and this state is like this compared to like.
And the worst part about it is the strongest don't even powerlift.
That's probably true.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
guys in
So
gyms just
the-
randomly.
The top of powerlifting's way the fuck up there.
Right.
And then who the real fuck
And
up
there's
there is
some
fucking
huge-
rugby,
yeah, you never
rugby
know.
in New Zealand, soccer
Yeah,
in
because
fucking
it's
Europe or
not
something.
a mainstream sport.
No one
at
gives a
this point.
fuck.
It should be.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like competitive eating. You think, I can eat a lot, whatever, until you see how much those guys actually.
Furious
And he's like,
Pete.
you're fucked. You're fucked.
Yeah, so,
it's
like-
Furious Pete with his
Furious Pete
unchangeable
got
jaw.
like pissed. We went to eat pizza, and
we tried to make a challenge.
We ordered a lot of pizza, and the guy came over and he's like, "If you guys finish all those, the next round's on me." And Pete's like, "No." He's like, "That won't work." He's like, "We're gonna kill this pizza." And the guy's like, "All right, man." And I was like, "He's a professional eater. He takes it pretty serious."
yeah,
I mean, it was no challenge at all. I mean,
it was stupid.
I mean,
Yeah,
he just
he's
easily
wild,
went
man.
through I don't know, like 14 slices of pizza like it was nothing. That's not
like
even
a hot knife through
That's
butter.
not a challenge for him at
I don't
all.
know.
You know,
We need to be prepared next time he comes.
I didn't do bad. I did like 8.
Yeah,
Four
we're
slices,
counting.
that's pretty good.
I came
you
in
were
late.
War
And I
on
think I had
carbs.
5 or 6.
When we first got, like, we listened to the podcast first, then we got into Apeman Strong, and then you were like War on Carbs for
War
a long
on
time, and I was like,
carbs.
what is this guy doing? Where's fuck your elbow? Where'd he go? Just War on Carbs.
Oh,
I was so upset.
I still love War on Carbs. I know people get upset when I go.
I like you like this.
People get upset when I get fat. People get upset when I get
this
skinny.
is the look, man.
I don't even lift weights, so Mark has no
He's
quads.
He's
if you didn't
huge
know,
right now.
he has no
Looks
quads
good.
though.
Well, it don't matter.
why we're
You don't
standing
need
behind
him with
this
those
thing.
arms,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. That's right. Yeah. How am I even standing right now with all this upper body mass?
Just tip over.
I'm gonna keel over. Yeah. Some of the old school lifters are like, "Man, I miss it when you were 330." I was like, "I don't." Man. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's a little different, maybe.
Yeah,
That was a little
wasn't-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, very uncomfortable. Speaking of some old school powerlifting, we had a situation happen with Laura Phelps. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm a fan of Laura Phelps. I have been for many years. And obviously I have ties to Westside Barbell. She is a former Westside Barbell member. I guess she'd still be a Westside Barbell member, even though she doesn't train there as much anymore. She lives in Cincinnati, Ohio, not in Columbus, Ohio. But Laura Phelps was participating in CrossFit. And a lot has been made of CrossFit, whether they drug test or not, and people have kind of, people kind of think they're picking favorites or whatever. Anyway, long story short is Laura Phelps works for CrossFit. She works for a division of CrossFit, which is their I forget how they even say it, but it's their certification courses that they have.
powerlifting.
They have a
CrossFit.
powerlifting, they have powerlifting CrossFit certification. So she doesn't directly work for CrossFit necessarily, but she works for an offshoot of these CrossFit certifications. Anyway, she tested. Well, she didn't test positive. She avoided a drug test.
Jim, you want to read the exact sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, CrossFit has banned Laura Phelps Sweat from all CrossFit sanctioned competitions for 1 year and disqualified her team, Westside Conjugate, from the 2016 Central Region due to drug policy violation. Collection agents from Drug Free Sport at CrossFit's request recently contacted Phelps Sweat for the purpose of conducting an out-of-competition drug test. She did not meet with agents to provide a sample. Phelps Sweat failure to submit to the drug test constitutes a violation of the CrossFit Games drug testing policy and carries similar sanctions as a positive drug test. Phelps Sweat served as affiliate manager of CrossFit Conjugate and as a member of the Westside Conjugate regional qualifying team.
So she did compete. Me and Mark were wondering if she competed or not. We know she had a team, and we know she did some CrossFit.
So she did the open. She did the open.
She wanted to compete.
Yeah. So and this is on the CrossFit website, and there is a link to their CrossFit Games drug testing policy.
What I find a little interesting is, do they post every situation like this on CrossFit.com?
I don't know.
Because there has to be people getting popped somewhere.
I think that they actually do.
Okay.
I think that they.
I know USAW does.
It may not always be so public, but she's a name in the CrossFit community because she's a she's a CrossFit box owner,
Right.
and somebody that is a
And CrossFit Conjugate won the team competition a couple years ago, right?
I believe so.
and I think
they do well. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
and
they won. They do well.
I think they earn the right to compete at the CrossFit Games this year, and I think that's what this is about. I
Yeah.
think this is a big part of what this is about. So it's unfortunate circumstances, but I guess lesson learned is if you are going to try to even do the CrossFit Open,
Be ready to take a test.
yeah, you should be ready to take a test. It seems like they're trying to buckle down on some of this. What do you guys kind of think, not necessarily about this situation, but what do you think about, like, drug testing in general? Like within powerlifting, I guess, let's say, since you guys are mainly in
Yeah, I was
powerlifting.
going to say, what is CrossFit?
CrossFit is like people jumping around and standing
Throwing
on their
balls
heads.
on the wall and stuff.
Taking a bunch of exercises that don't make sense together and doing them together.
There, as you know, there are organizations that are totally drug tested, which is great, and then there are that are not drug tested, which is fine. But now I'm seeing that some of these non-drug tests are going to have like one category of drug tested athletes, which I just think you go like either you drug test or you don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of it gets a little complicated.
Some of
Like
the
you
argument
even
I've
said-
heard against that, just to play devil's advocate, is that even in the drug tested federation, not everybody's drug tested. Is that correct?
Well, I know the main drug
Like
test-
USAPL, right?
So yeah, they'll take I think the winners at nationals and then a random whatever percent,
Right.
and then local meets. I think it's just
to
a
be
random
clear,
percent.
I could technically, the way the rules are, I could technically go do a USAPL meet.
I think anywhere. I don't even know the NFL's rule, but I think anywhere people sleep through the radar, right? I mean, like
But once
they
you
can't
win,
be,
they're going to.
Well, I'm not even talking about going through the radar. I'm talking about I can compete, I can go lift.
Yeah, of course.
And if they want to test me, everything would happen afterwards.
Yeah.
right.
You
know,
can
but
test it
people
afterwards.
could potentially see me do a 600-pound raw bench. I guess with the USAPL rules, it'd be hard to bench 600 pounds.
Yeah,
580.
I could 550 or something, right?
Yeah.
People could potentially see me as this monster go up there and wreck shop and fucking bench 550
Yeah.
when the guy before me benched 500 or whatever, or 400.
Yeah.
But then I would be tested afterwards. So like the
Right.
people that were there in attendance would see me lift. I would get tested afterwards, and then
Yeah, see, I think
it
you
would be
just
like a
test
big deal
before.
afterwards.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know how you would.
Well,
do
so
it.
that's the issue with all of it is that like you'd have to test every month, right? Like I don't know that much about steroids, but there's some stuff
Yeah,
that's
I
in your
don't-
system forever,
Now,
or
I think,
not forever. There's
I think
some
the
stuff.
USAPL, that's what they're supposed to do once you're like on their radar, once you're
Like you're one of
already
the
lifting
top
for them.
lifters.
Yeah, but that's a
Right.
little weird too. What if? So I've only done one USAPL meet.
Okay.
What if I want to juice for the next 2 years? Don't do USAPL. They don't test me, and then boom, come out of nowhere and fucking.
Right.
And when do your I don't know. We've never run any gear. So when do your levels drop? Like you could.
Well, I think it
run
depends on the substance, right? Some things are 6 weeks, some are 3 weeks, some are months, right?
Why are you looking at me?
I thought you knew
What do
this
I- what do
stuff.
I
Your
know?
brother made a whole movie about
What
it.
do I
don't
know, bro? Jesus Christ.
That
I
is
was
a little
looking at
rude.
Jim.
That's a little.
Hours. Some hours.
That is a
Really?
little rude of our guests just to assume things.
You were the one asking the questions. I don't know where to look. I'm gonna look at Superman.
Anyway, yeah.
Superman's on shit too.
Yeah. And who knows what
For
Jesus
sure.
is running? He controls us all.
Oh, that's
doesn't
what we
he?
got here. Oh man, I didn't know that.
Good Lord. I mean,
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, I think you have to test, especially if it's a world championship meet. You should be testing before leading into it.
I agree.
You got to randomly may select a certain number of athletes beforehand.
Even that I hate. Like I know there's money involved, right? Because if they're doing a blood test or urine test, you got to get this agency to do it. But shit, man, 5% or 20% or 30, even 50%. That means half the people are get to creep by.
right.
just
Right.
to be clear, you guys are into just seeing big lifts. You don't really give a fuck on what's going on behind the scenes too much, do you?
No, because I know like a lot of obviously our lifters are like some of the most elite in the world, and I'm assuming they're all like running gear. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
It's just a sport. We
Yeah, it's
don't.
sort of part of it,
So I
right?
don't have a problem with it though. Like
Right.
I remember watching you in the movie Bigger, Stronger, Faster. You're like, I don't understand. If you want to be the biggest, strongest person, and that's really your mentality, why wouldn't you do it?
Right.
I mean, I understand. I
think it's a
clearly
huge-
we don't. But
I think it's a huge mistake for people to put Michael Jordan and some of these other people up on this pedestal and think the most competitive motherfucker to ever walk the face of the earth is not going to do any and everything to be the best. I have no idea what his business is or what he does or what he doesn't do.
Right.
But it would appear that him and anyone,
Right.
Peyton Manning or whoever, it would appear that any of these guys that are on, so competitive, they're going to do competitive shit to try to be the best.
Best
right?
example ever is Lance Armstrong, obviously, because it's in the main media.
Right.
He's talked
Right.
about it openly. There's documentaries on it. Like if you watch his interviews, watch his documentaries and stuff, then you just understand. Like, yeah, man, like that motherfucker wanted to win. He has some other dirty moral issues perhaps,
Yeah.
that went on, but that teach their own. But you get in that mindset, and if you're ever passionate about anything, you can at least understand.
You can see where you would cross that line.
Of course.
I mean, we don't compete, so it's not a big deal for us. But I could see where you would get yourself into that. Being in the sport, you're seeing all these huge dudes and all these huge lifts, and immediately you're like, "Holy crap! Like, we better do something. Like, we're gonna be going out and meeting guys. Yeah,
of course.
They're gonna be like, you guys, you know."
But that's not where all the steroid users are. They're all in gyms. And they're not competing.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, they're 24-hour fitness or
well, they're
whatever.
competing. They're competing at something different. I mean, they're competing just to
Instagram likes.
feel good about themselves and to be maybe bigger than the next person.
Well,
but you're right. They're
exactly.
not on a platform.
Long before Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But I just feel like everyone's adults, obviously, doing the sport. And I want to see the biggest, strongest, scariest dudes lifting the most amount of weight. It's their decision how they get there.
Jim and I used to appreciate the WPO back in the day, and they had the WPO finals at the Arnold. It was fucking insane. The intensity was nuts, and it was way too much for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, these guys are bleeding just walking up to the goddamn bar. They're bleeding. You're like, why the fuck's the guy bleeding now? He didn't even do anything yet. But that's just the way it was. It was intense. It was over the top.
Yeah, the Saturday Night Live skit about steroid Olympics is the best idea fucking ever.
Phil Hartman rips his arms off.
Really is.
They're like, big tough break for the Russian, but he'll be back. He's come back from worse.
Like, do you really want to see like the kind of fastest guy ever, or do you want to see what the human potential could do?
You want to see a crazy guy.
You kind of want to see what the human potential could do. They're not racing Geo Metros in NASCAR.
Right.
They're racing some fast motherfucking cars.
Right.
Or these, or even horse racing. I mean, you know, these horses
they're bred for this shit.
They're doing all kinds of crazy shit to them.
They're
right?
on a bunch of trend.
All those sports are under a system of rules. Every single one of them is under a system of rules that has infractions, and people lose the ability to compete.
So why don't we just allow 2 cc's a trend or something? You know, like, I don't know, put in rules. Put in rules. That's fine. But right now, it's like black and white, and then what's actually happening is 100% gray.
Yeah,
right. The rule's black and white. No
Can we
steroids.
get some 8-man strong shirts that say legalize it with a syringe on it?
That'd be great.
Rather than these goddamn
some Bob Marley
hippies.
remixes.
No, that's probably not going to happen.
Oh man! All right.
Yeah,
well, maybe I'll make my own.
What about that new commercial? The
oh yeah,
the
guy with the needle sticking out of his arm. You see that?
Yeah,
I posted on my IG.
How is that even allowed on TV?
I don't know.
That's the
Some
most
of the things
ridiculous
are just
commercial.
crazy.
He's like, it's not mine.
Sir, there's a needle in your arm.
He's like selling the milk. He's like, it's supposed to be the milk.
The best.
Yeah, that's a funny commercial.
We like hormone-free
Yeah,
meats in my
it's
house.
Applegate is the name of the company. Huge brand.
And they're really good. It's a great meat.
Yeah,
I love that meat.
It's got like only like 5 ingredients or some shit.
Okay.
It's kind of
Yeah,
the
that's a
principle.
pretty funny commercial. But I like that there's two. I like there's a natural that, you know, hopefully they are, and the people that compete are mostly natural. Because then you get an idea, like, at least for us, like, okay,
that's
this
where
is
I think
really
the problem
elite
is.
guys.
It's a dick move for people to compete.
Yeah,
it's a dick move.
That's when steroids become cheating.
Right.
Steroids otherwise are not cheating. But
There's
when you
plenty
go
of places you can do it and compete.
There's more places you compete.
Right.
Oh, look, it's Filipino Thunder bringing us some water.
What an angel.
He must realize you guys are parched from all the hard work.
He knows they're from
Yeah,
Phoenix
they're-
and it's dry weather out there. Thanks, you handsome devil.
Thank you.
What do you want, a tip?
Is that vodka?
Yeah, probably.
I don't. We don't even drink. I don't know.
Is that Tren?
Can I? Is this mine?
You guys don't drink? You're coming to the Bell household. Andy Bell is going to be fucking pissed. You guys
That
are
was the other thing.
oh.
Like, I decided, like, when the economy collapsed, I'm not gonna drink. I don't want to fall in a trap of every night you're drinking, trying to get
money,
over your
money, calories.
Yeah, and
no
I'm
gains.
just like, I'm gonna not drink until it gets better, and then it just like never got better. And I've gone like 8 years of like no drinking.
Why can't it just be cool for people not to drink? You know what I mean? Like,
not,
what?
I
Like,
think
can.
I'm not cool, man. What are you saying?
It can.
no, I know, but
No,
I'm just
you
saying.
get hated on.
I mean, I was just fucking with you a little bit.
Yeah, but you get hated on.
Yeah,
Well,
you get
if I say
hated.
I don't drink, people go, oh, they think like I'm AA right away,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I've never really been a big drinker.
Yeah. I'm a little
they-
bit like you. I'll have a beer here and there with the guys or whatever.
Right.
It's rare.
Yeah, I do think sometimes it's a little. If somebody had a problem, obviously that's a totally different thing.
Right.
Have a sip with the fucking crew, just to get everyone off your goddamn back. But
Yeah.
at the same time, why can't sobriety be kind of cool? Why
Right.
can't it be why can't people just be, all right, well, maybe the guy's got goals and he thinks that alcohol is going to interfere with his goals. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Same thing,
You know?
but it's the opposite too. Because then if you drink a ton, you're like, oh, that's fucking drunk Mark.
Yeah.
Hey!
It's the same, same with food. You know, like being in the fitness, you're going out with buddies, like, nah, I'm not gonna have that cake. Like, oh, Mike and his muscles, and then if I'm eating all the cake, like, oh, all right, fatty, like, slow the fuck down. You fucking can't win in this world.
Yeah, you can't win it all. I would say that I wouldn't drink anything if they hadn't started making craft beers,
Yeah,
which are
that's your
amazing,
thing, huh?
and expensive whiskeys. Between the two, I mean, like how you can only afford to drink so much, right?
Same deal. Let's fucking talk about this. We just drank some whiskey with Chris Duffin.
Right, I saw
I don't
that.
fucking drink alcohol.
Did you drink it? I saw you.
I
guys
drank
wanted
it,
to
and then I get a bunch of shit for how I drink it like a pussy.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even
Why?
fucking
Who
mean?
cares?
Yeah, what is that? He's like, oh, Mike drank his whiskey like a girl. What does that fucking mean
You had your
for all my
finger up
ladies?
like this?
For all my ladies out there, I choked on it because it was fucking gross. I don't like whiskey. And for all my ladies out there, we drink like fucking studs. I was very insulted by
Okay,
all that.
well, I don't know if you guys said this in the video, but the whiskey that bottle was not what was in the bottle.
Oh.
It's a fucking bullet bourbon in the bottle. So
How-
I think which is like I think barrel strength. It's like high.
How did we know all
alcohol.
this?
You rebottled it.
Because I talked to Moneymaker
Oh.
ahead of time. Because
So we
what he
drank
brought
shit
in-
whiskey.
Were
Drank
you peer pressure to drink?
It's
Is that
not,
what happened?
not
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's
told
just
him
higher
fuck off.
alcohol. It's just higher alcohol.
Well,
The-
either way, I was fucking hammered after one shot.
That'd be me.
Yeah, it's the worst.
If you actually like whiskey, you don't shoot it. I'm sorry.
I don't like any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Don't you like stir it around? And, like,
Yeah, you gotta
Man it
gotta
up.
fucking taste it.
I'm
man.
not into
That's-
any of that.
I don't know.
And I'm a loser.
into it, but anyway.
I don't know all the rules.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm not a drinker.
Fuck that shit.
Anyway, let's go eat and get to have some drinks. Have some fun.
You're
okay,
gonna
if
let
you
us
guys
in your
don't-
house or
Yeah.
what, man?
Well,
You're
not
looking-
really.
When I talked you on the phone, you said I got to just drive by, look in the
With
window.
that shaggy beard, I don't want you even sitting on my couch, much less being in my house.
This beard is like
People
a
are
beautiful
funny when
lion's
they
mane.
people are funny when they come to my house. They're like, "Do I need to take my shoes off?" And stuff. I mean, it's a nice house.
Do I
but
have
no,
to take my shoes off? I'll just come to the backyard and
no,
sit back there.
There's actually a list of rules we emailed you ahead of time. Make sure
I
you
didn't
guys
get
follow.
anything.
Yeah.
I didn't know what
Yeah.
I was doing when I
Don't
got
fart.
here.
Yeah.
Don't
look
burp.
Don't look
No
Mark in the
problem.
eye.
No problem.
Don't be weird.
Don't go through the fucking cabinets.
No,
Did we
just-
get through a whole podcast and not talk about porn?
Yep.
We should talk. You had like some rules for Smokey the other day, didn't you?
Well, I don't remember that, but we talked about Playboy for a second.
I don't
Being
even remember
ASU,
that.
ASU
poop
being
story. What about a poop?
Yeah,
There's got to be a
man.
there's got to be a poop story between the brothers. I mean, Jesus.
I
mean, you
We're
guys
not
are
like
working
poop story
together, and
guys.
stuff?
I mean, we have one bathroom in the shop, so it's never.
well, that's a
good
poop story.
situation there. But the best poop story I ever.
you guys
I
have spray in there and stuff to like kind
like
of.
Lysol, and, you know what I mean? Because
Light-
these guys
light
in the gym, our
matches.
dad's in there. It's like one bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, we got to build another bathroom somewhere in the back.
You
here
guys
for
are in there with
people.
Power Magazine getting lost for a while.
Right. The best poop story that I have is I had a buddy of mine who had this older brother when we were growing up, and this dude was like one of those kids in the movies. It's like the cool high school kid that you can't stand, or the cool college kid. He thought he was like the coolest guy ever. We were probably like 10, and this guy was like 18 at this point. He was like right out of high school. So he moved out to Tempe to go to ASU with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend moves in. They get an apartment together. They move in together, and this girl's parents then from the East Coast want to come into town and meet this guy living with their daughter. So this guy, Mr. Fancy's, comes from a rich family. He goes out and he buys himself a full linen white suit, kind of like the Miami Vice days.
I love where this is going.
Why?
Because he just thinks he's like, this guy thought he was the coolest guy ever, like the slick
You
hair
gotta
and the white
realize when you
teeth.
get
And like,
white, you're gonna shit
Oh my
yourself.
God.
this guy gets the full like Crockett and Tubbs. I don't know if you guys know that reference.
No.
I got it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I got it.
And girl's parents come over. He gets, he's like, grew up rich, like got a Porsche when he was 16. He was from the other side of town
What a
from where we were.
prick.
Yeah, total prick. Him and the girl.
What's
and
his
the
name? Let's
parents-
just call him out.
I'm not saying his name. Him and the girl and the parents, they go to dinner. They're there. He gets the jerk chicken. Probably not a best idea.
This is a great memory of yours.
So
Yeah.
yeah, because I've heard this
Spicy.
story and I just thought it was so funny. So
It couldn't have
they're
happened to a
at
better
dinner-
person.
Yeah, right. Because I just hated this guy's like a douche. So he starts getting like like in the middle of dinner. He's like, something's wrong here. Like I'm not doing well. So he like excuses himself from the table. He starts walking down to the bathroom and like goes to like fart because his stomach's hurt, and he craps like completely in the white linen pants. Right? He's like, oh shit. And he runs to the bathroom. And he's like, how bad is it? And it's just like bad. It's like down like to his knees.
Yeah,
the
we gotta just say
linen
that your
pants are
pants are
shot.
brown.
So he's like, what am I? So he takes off the linen pants. He throws them in the trash there.
Oh, no.
He puts his jacket around his waist now like a skirt.
Not bad.
And again, we don't have cell phones back then. This is like 20 years ago. So there's no way to like text the girl like, oh. He just goes
out
and
the
gets
window?
in his car and leaves. Okay?
Awesome.
Gets back to the apartment, realizes his girlfriend has the apartment key. It's a second story. It's a second story like apartment.
Is this like a serious girlfriend?
This is they're living together.
So then why didn't he bring her?
Bring her where?
He would have gone out to
He doesn't have a cell phone. We don't have no cell phones.
She was at the table with him, right?
With the parents.
I would have just said, like, hun, time to roll.
He just freaked out because he's Mr. Cool, right? He can't be seen like that.
Babe, I shit myself.
I
We gotta go.
I would have like thrown some shit. Like,
So
hey,
this
we're
guy,
You would have left Sandy in the dust.
we're
today.
leaving. Hey, let's go.
he gets out. He goes, he's going to go change his pants. I guess his plan was to go back maybe. He can't get in the front door. Goes around to the back. Second story. He like
I'm sure his asshole
shimmies-
is not clean at this
Oh,
point.
it's like
either.
he's probably
Yeah.
down his legs
Yeah.
and stuff. He like comes up a tree, he says, and like the neighbor's balcony. He gets up on the balcony of the apartment, and it's probably been like 20 minutes now of him messing around. And he's like trying to get in the back Arcadia, and her parents and her come in the front door now because they're like, "Where's this guy at?" They had gone to the parking lot. He's gone. They take a cab back. He's on the patio, all shit all over
Naked,
himself,
dick out.
with the freaking
Just because he shit
jacket.
himself.
Not so.
Oh, my God.
Not a good scene.
Don't wear white.
No, so that
Apparently
was
not.
it. That was his first meeting of with the parents.
What's
and her.
the shitty
Or the brown pants.
shitty Adam Sandler movie? Andy Samberg's his son. I don't know, but that kid like is scarred for life because his dad's a fuck up, and everywhere he goes, he brings an extra pair of underwear with him because he's scared of shitting himself. So I was like that. I was like, dude, I could have that anxiety here and there.
This dude, yeah. So
amazing.
that's all I got, man. It's the only shit story I know.
That's a good poop story.
Not a bad one.
Who poops more?
Do you want to talk about?
This guy never farts.
Oh,
No, he holds it in.
Yeah, I use everything I eat. I just use for these muscle.
oh,
gains.
metabolism
There's
is
like
firing.
no-
Metabolism.
Yeah, man. I'm
That would
perfect.
explain why you're 275 pounds of all muscle.
I'm perfect, man. I just use what I eat. I've figured it out.
That makes sense.
One day he's just going to burst. He's just going to shit himself.
Yeah.
He'll start floating.
Blow my back out.
God. Well, it's awesome having you guys on
Yeah,
the
man,
show.
thank you so much.
Where can people find you guys?
So just at 8manstrong.com is our website. And then all of our social media is twitter.com/8man or instagram.com/8man, Facebook. YouTube is whatever. For everything, they go C/.
Just search it. Search 8-Man
Yeah,
Strong.
8-Man Strong. And that's our biggest thing we're trying to go forward with is, like we said, putting out those movies to give people better insight into the powerlifting world.
Very cool. Well, I invited these guys out here, and they kind of invited themselves. It was kind of a combination of things.
That did not happen.
No. I invited these guys out here because I thought it'd be cool to bring them out. And boy, was I wrong. This is probably the worst podcast that we've ever had. Not a bad poop story, though.
No, it's it. I finished up strong.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
I wanted to bring you guys out here because I wanted to spend some time with you guys. I wanted you guys to see the gym. I wanted you guys to see the podcast firsthand. And we're going to have some fun. We'll have some fun tomorrow. We're going to eat some fucking food. We're going to do some lifting.
That's what we
It's great
like.
having you guys here. Appreciate you guys making
Thank
some
you.
time to come out here. I think it's important.
Absolutely.
And if you need some gear, fucking check out 8-Man Strong. It's that goddamn simple. Strength is never weakness. Multiply your muscle, multiply your hustle, and may all your shits be tapered. I'm at Mark Smiley Bell on Instagram and Twitter. Later.
Matt Silent Mike, 2Ks, Instagram, and Twitter.
I'm Jim McD, STTV, everywhere that I would want you to find me. Follow the show on Instagram at Mark. Excuse me, at Mark Bell's PowerCast. Well, I lost my voice there. Our thanks to HowMuchYouBench.net, ThePowerMagazine.com, 8manstrong.com, CavemanCoffeeCo.com, and Bodybuilding.com. Mark Bell's PowerCast is a production of SuperTraining.tv.